Um, hey, what's up? So listen, I was just doing some research on the conspiracy theories, and I think that the government is plotting like a genocide against African Americans, like the Nazi Holocaust, where they killed all the Jews in death camps, and like with the jails and the overcrowding and like the secret FEMA emergency camps, that they're actually plotting like a new kind of like Auschwitz extermination program. Um, for like they're gonna like try to kill African Americans from the hood. I actually saw a prophecy about it because I think that there's real versions of fictional characters, and I think in Guardians of the Galaxy like Beyonce is the real Gamora, or maybe Rihanna, either Rihanna or Beyonce. No, probably Beyonce, and that. I think The Rock is Drax the Destroyer, the wrestler, but like in the Marvel universe, Gamora travels back in time to stop a genocide against her people by the Church of Universal Truth, which is led by Adam Warlock. And I think that the Church of Universal Truth in Marvel is like the Illuminati, and Adam Warlock is like a false messiah who's like leads the Illuminati or something like that. Because like Jesus Christ or the One in Marvel is like Peter Quill, like Star Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. So like Adam Warlock isn't like the One. He's not Jesus Christ in Marvel. That's actually like Peter Quill. Um, because Star Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy is the Marvel version of like Neo or Jesus Christ, and so I think that now the problem is like because if people like talk about it like or to say oh I think this might be going on, then that's how they get away with it. Like in Nazi Germany, they killed all the Jews because they kept it a secret, and everyone's like afraid like oh don't talk about it, they kill us. So I was thinking like what's the problem? Because I think like people are afraid, like oh like even if you're like from the hood, it's like oh they killed Tupac when he was talking out about stuff, right? So they're afraid like oh, if I talk about it, they might kill me like they killed Tupac. Now, I think the solution is how we could get people to talk about it is if people like, say, Kanye, who's supposed to be like a spokesperson, is just afraid to talk, I'll make fun of Kanye for being like a chicken until he just gives in and says something. So it'll be like, like, oh, Kanye doesn't want to talk, he's a pussy, he's afraid, oh no, the government will kill me, I don't want to, because he's a sissy girl who's afraid of simple Nazis. You know what I mean? A man can never be afraid of Nazis in any situation. Like if there was a Holocaust and there's a train, you have to just jump on the train with a stick and take on every single Nazi with only a stick, even if they have machine guns. That's what I would do. I would just infiltrate Auschwitz with no weapons and defeat them. And um, I think people, because when I was in Rikers Island, they said I was the one, like the real Harry Potter or Neo or like the Messiah. But that's just how I was before. I didn't know I was the one, and I'm like, oh, they're Nazis. I'll just take them all on with my bare hands. Because the reason is because my childhood was the real The Shining. Like I'm Danny. I was the little kid in The Shining. So I just grew up with my dad going crazy and trying to kill me. So after that, you're doesn't afraid of anything. You're like Halo, where he kills aliens, and he doesn't afraid of anything. Because if your childhood is your dad trying to kill you, which mine was, because The Shining was like a prophecy of my real childhood, like Jack Nicholson was literally playing my father, Howard Masler in The Shining. So I just grew up never being afraid of anything, because it's like, oh, I'm just used to like my father trying to kill me while living in a haunted mansion, which was like a hotel. Like the hotel in The Shining is called the Overlook Hotel. My real house was on Overlook Drive, so that was like the sign, because the street name was the same as the hotel name. But anyways, because like people like Kanye, so you gotta say something, man. You gotta stop being such a wuss, Like they're not gonna mess with like the Kardashians, right? Because they're really high profile. I mean, they might. I don't know. I think Rupert Murdoch and Lord Jacob Rothschild might have killed Princess Diana by hiring paparazzi to drive her off the road. So I mean, they could try to, because I think that like if they killed Princess Diana with a hit by paparazzi assassins by driving her off the road, it's possible the paparazzi could try to do a hit on Kim too. I guess, But I mean, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. So. I mean, maybe people are just too afraid to say anything. So I'll just try to spread the word myself, I mean, I guess maybe Kanye might feel, oh, I don't want to put Kim in danger because, if they killed Princess Diana by killing her in a hit by paparazzi assassins, they could hire paparazzi to try to kill Kim by driving her off the road. So I guess it's understandable, or like someone like Rihanna might feel like my family in Barbados might be vulnerable. So I'll just spread the word on my own. I guess if people are just afraid and too afraid to say anything in public, you can't really make them. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just I think it's very unmanly that someone of Kanye's stature would just, because it's like everything is still going on. They're committing genocide in Africa, right? Because Henry Kissinger's CIA depopulation program, that's like what's causing the genocide in Darfur and Rwanda and the famines in Somalia. and like the spread of AIDS. The government is spreading AIDS among gays and Africans. The CIA, which is controlled by the Rockefellers, and then you got like still modern slavery with like the jails and the police brutality, and AIDS in the hood is like their new whips and chains. So it's like, I don't know. It didn't occur to me to ever be afraid for 1 second of anything. So it didn't occur to me to even be afraid of dying at any time. You know what I mean? So it's difficult for. Oh, sorry. Yo. Anyways, yeah. No, it's difficult for me to relate to people who are afraid of dying because I've never. That's not a fear I had. Like, not that I thought I was immortal, just that it just wasn't something that scared me at any situation. Because I'm the boy from The Shining in real life. But I think I have The Shining, so I have like a psychic ability that enables me to evade danger. Because I think that was the plot of the show. I don't know, that was the movie. Anyways, but yeah, no, because I was in Rikers Island, and they're like, oh, this dude's like the one. I'm like the real Neo from The Matrix, and the real Harry Potter, and like, I'm also like the real Superman, because like Clark Kent, and after I found that out, I watched like Man of Steel, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's my life. Because the first time I saw Man of Steel, I was with some girls, so I wasn't even paying attention. Because I was just hooking up with this chick, and I missed the whole movie. But, I don't know, she was pretty cute, but I had told her that I was a marine biologist at the bar. So when I met her, she thought I was a marine biologist from NYU, who was basically in town studying the effects of pollution on the aquatic life in Lake Tahoe. And actually, I was just living with my mom unemployed at my mom's house in Reno at the time. But anyways, yeah, I just thought, people should know about that, and just, in case it's happening, spread the word, or I guess pass the video on, because you got to be aware. It's like the Nazi Holocaust, what it was the British Rothschilds were at war with the Austrian Rothschilds, and so they were actually they were led by Victor Rothschild, who's Lord Jacob Rothschild's father. Lord Jacob Rothschild is actually the real Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. And Victor and the British Rothschilds wanted to destroy the Austrian Rothschilds, so they were supporting Hitler to kill like the German, Austrian, and Polish Jews who supported the Austrian Rothschilds base, and they sort of got away with it because it was a conspiracy between two sides of the Rothschilds. But I think Obama might know about this and he's suppressing the truth because he's a fucking pussy, or I don't know, or maybe he's afraid for his family in Africa. I don't know, you know what I mean? I figured out a way to just shield people in my life with like a natural disaster shield. Like I think Hurricane Katrina, because I'm the one, was like someone tried to mess with an ex-girlfriend of mine named Katrina who lives near New Orleans. So it just causes a real hurricane if that happens. Like if someone tried to attack like my mother or like an ex-girlfriend of mine. Like there was a real girl I used to date in Fairhope, Alabama named Katrina, and I think some guys from New Orleans tried to mess with her, and then bam, Hurricane Katrina, 2,000 people dead. So like if a girl has sex with me, I think it puts her under like an automatic shield that causes a natural disaster if evil guys then attack her. So like any girl, because I only slept with this girl like once or like hooked up with her a couple times, but if you even attack a girl I've hooked up with, I think it just causes a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina. So like any girl could just be. I think like the way it works is any girl I sleep with is protected. Where like if I had sex with Rihanna, then like they can't attack Rihanna, or it causes a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina. I'm not really sure, but it might work like that. Anyways, yeah, just spreading this video on, just some interesting information. So yeah, let me know what you think. All right, cool.